empowering.
Hey y'all, it's Jazz. So this video is going to be for my Virgos. So Virgos, the energy that I have for you guys is gate 21. This is self-regulation. Okay, this is also the energy of control. Okay, so for you guys, Virgos, we're just gonna jump right into it. For you guys, I feel like control issues is kind of the center of your conflict right now. And I feel like that for a lot of you guys, because when we think about control in today's society, control is mainly two things. It is controlling of territory. What is territory? We have ourselves, okay, and the things that are connected to us, such as our home, car, any type of personal belongings. Then we have territory when it comes to our family, when it comes to our relationship, when it comes to our friendships, things of that nature. So I feel like that you guys are, you're so used to being in control. You're so used to being in control. And Virgos like to be in control. You like to tell people what they should do and things of that nature. And I feel like that you got to understand that true control and true authority is when you're walking alongside the people in your life, not when you're above them. Okay, that's not true control. We kind of have, as a society, we have to understand that we live in a very corrupted world where a lot of our values and our standards and expectations have been misconstrued, okay? And we are now, majority of us live in this low vibrational state, day in and day out, day in and day out. Okay, what we feel is normal is actually not healthy for us. Okay, and it's difficult to see that until you really sit back and observe yourself and observe your life and observe what changes could be made. Okay, so I feel like that for you guys, since you have just been, you feel more comfortable when you are able to control your environment and when you're able to do all these things, okay, and tell people what to do. You feel more in control that way. But now it's kind of time to unlearn that. It's time for you to tune in and tap in to, instead of controlling people, how about we have everything that we need on the same level? You can still be an authority figure with people on the same level as you. They don't have to be belittled. You don't have to be psyching yourself out to control every detail, every aspect. Everyone can be on the same level and everyone can be assigned roles to make everything flow easy and simple. Okay, so we are going to right into it. Okay, so we tend to see leadership as people that are just in power. These people in power, we associate leadership with money and power. That's what we really associate to leadership and territory with. A lot of us, money and power are the main things. If someone has money, then we tend to think, well, they must have power as well. Okay, and if somebody has power, we say they have money as well. Okay, but these two things are actually not as related as we think. Okay. They're not as related as we think they are. Okay, so the main thing for you guys is that you have to understand that you are worthy enough to be supported by the universe, to be supported by life, okay? That is a fear that you have, is that life does not support you. Okay, you feel like the only way you're going to get from point A to point D is if you're in control of every aspect along the way. Okay, and is that real trust, and is that real hope for yourself? Is that real faith? Okay, that is fear. So you have been controlling out of fear for so long that when you have no control, and there are going to be many parts of our lives where we have no control. Okay, so when you lose control of your life, guess what you start to do? You panic. You lose control of yourself. You just start to slip. you start to slip down, honey. You start to spiral out of control. You start to hold on to old habits that you know you should let go of, old situations, okay? Maybe you're afraid to move on. You're afraid to change up the schedule. You're afraid to switch up the routine because you're not going to be in control. You're not going to know what happens next, and that's okay. You got to be okay with not knowing. And I've said this to you guys before, Virgos. You have to be okay with not knowing. You're never going to be able to control every aspect. If you was able to control every aspect of your life, at what point would you have learned the lessons that you learned? At what point would you have went through the experiences and went through what you needed to go through to be the person that you are, to be this person with all this knowledge, with all this information? Okay, you have to go through the process that's not even in your control. Okay, you have to learn how to let go. You have to learn how to, honestly, the only thing that you are able to really be in control of and to really maintain is your energetic state. Okay, you can't control other people. You can't control what other people do. You can't control the outcome to all situations. You can't control your circumstances. Okay, you have to trust that the divine source knows exactly what you need to be supported and will bring it to you. We'll give it to you. We'll align you with it. We'll invite you into it. Okay? You are worthy of support. So what makes you think you won't receive support? You don't have to you don't have to overextend yourself. You don't have to overdo anything. Okay? All you need to do is continue to guide and direct your energy the way that you've been doing it, the best way that you can, okay? So let's see what else we have. So now, one thing that we need to know about authority, okay, there are two types of authority. Either you're going to be an authority figure from fear, you're going to reach your authority level, your leadership level, whatever you're trying to reach in your life. Either you're going to reach that through fear or you're going to reach that through raising your frequency. Okay? And if you do it through fear, it's not sustainable. You're going to have to keep fear going. You're going to have to keep instilling fear in some type of way to keep it going. Fear is going to be the driving point. Okay? Or you can raise your frequency to get to where you need to be. And that way, you're not above anyone. You're not placing yourself above others, but you're putting everyone right there where they need to be. Everybody's on the same line. Okay, if it was instead of it being some type of hierarchy, it's now just a linear line. Okay, everybody have their own roles. Everybody doing their own thing, and it's running and rolling very smoothly. Okay. But you still are the authority for certain things. You still are the authority for what the people need, for what the people, like you still have such a unique and important role, but it's not by fear. It's not, you didn't get in that role by fear. And that's the good thing. That's the good part. That's the good part of it, okay? We tend to really distrust life itself. And that's because as humans, we don't know how life truly works. There are lots of people who we live life, like we wake up every day and we're here. But a lot of people don't really understand the concept of life, the concept of nature and how it works. So because there's a lack of understanding in how life itself is working and how nature is working, we don't tend to put our trust into these things. We don't put our trust that life works for us. We don't put our trust that nature works for us. And because of the lack of understanding, instead, we trust capitalism. Okay, this is a capitalistic world that we're living in, and that does not support or sustain the higher frequencies. So that's why we're on this search to push ourselves to be at a certain point, so that way we're not victims of capitalism. We begin to override that system and we begin to tap into something that is higher than that. So you have to begin to trust that life is working for you, that territory through control and through power, through money, anything that you obtain through these things, especially through control and through misaligned power and through an unhealthy material or monetary relationship. When we obtain things through those energies, then we are manifesting chaos. Even if it's good for the first, it might feel good when you first receive it, but over time that begins to manifest as chaotic situations. It begins to hurt us more than it benefits us. So let's talk about how these energies manifest, okay? So we already know that we are talking about the energy of control. We're talking about territory for Virgos. So 2 ways that we have this energy manifesting is we have the submissive and we have the controlling. Okay, so the submissive are the ones who, they give their power away. So if you're on the submissive end of the spectrum, Virgos, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power to people. You're letting people make choices for you. You don't really speak up. You're not inserting any type of authority. You're repressing over and over again, repressing repressing, covering things up. Okay? You're not, and it's not like you're just open to receiving what life brings you. You're afraid to stand up and tell life what you want. You're afraid to be in control, because if you're in control, then you become accountable by yourself. And some of you, a lot of you, don't want to be accountable. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be accountable for your success, for your potential. So you will rather give that to someone else, for someone else to do. Okay, you would rather let somebody else do it. That's what you say. Like, you would rather give that to someone else. Now, society are going to label these type of people as, guess what? Laid back. They're gonna say, oh, these are the laid back type of people. Oh, he's so laid back and chill. He's chilling and stuff like that. He just be chilling. Okay, he just laid back. But really what it is that he would rather not participate in life. He would rather not do anything that is going to excel him. He's not, and it's not that he does not want success. It's not that's not the case. It's that he is afraid to be accountable for his own success. Because when there is potential success, there's also potential failure. So if we are responsible for our success, then guess what? We are also responsible for our failure. And these are the type of people that don't want to fail. They don't want to fail. They don't want to. It's not what they want to do. Okay, and who does want to fail in life? But just because failing is a pathway that humans have does not mean that you avoid going down the road. You avoid taking control of your life. So these people hide behind the mask of being laid back, but in reality, they're hiding behind their true responsibility. Then the other end of our spectrum is we have the people that are control freaks. Okay, they're obviously controlling. These are the people that need to control every single thing. If they can't control it, they become so angry. They start yelling. They start saying things that they don't mean. They have to be the person that initiates everything. Like if a change is gonna happen in their life, they have to be like, okay, I gotta start it. They gotta start it. If they don't start the change, they don't feel comfortable with it. If they don't start the change, all that pent up anger, pent up tension, it comes out and it becomes directed somewhere. These people even try to control other people around them, from their children to their spouse to their other family members. These people want to be on top of the control food chain. Okay, they want to maintain control over other people. They feel like they know the way. These people are, these people just stay here, like they just really want to do it all. But these are also the type of people where the only thing that can humble these people are traumatic life events. Okay, the traumatic life events that happen on a physical level or a deep emotional level. Okay, because then that triggers them to begin to let go of their control issues. But sometimes that doesn't even help them. because they'll have that traumatic experience. They'll go through that experience, and then they will not know how to be without controlling. So they will go right back to controlling. These are, and that type of control freak energy, that type of energy has it takes a great toll on our bodies. Okay. Especially the heart. Okay, so these are people that they can start having heart problems. Okay, due to them always needing to be in control. So that the energy of control affects our heart more than what we know. So the solution to change this energy is that instead of being in control or feeling the need to be in control, why not just be as loyal and dedicated that you can be? Loyalty, dedication, and honesty is really all that you need. You don't have to control the situation. Those are the three elements that you need to create a situation that's going to go your ideal way, or a way that's even greater than what you can imagine. I feel like that if you, and this is, you apply that to anything, okay? So let's say that there's something that you need. Maybe you're trying to increase your money. And instead of controlling everything around you when it comes to your finances, oh, you better not spend that. Oh, we spent $200 this month, and that's $2 over the budget. Okay, you're stressing yourself out to stick to this budget, but why not just be dedicated to something? Why not just be loyal to something that's going to increase your finances? Okay, so maybe this could be picking up a side hustle that you become loyal to, being loyal to learn a new skill, to learn a new hobby. Okay, why don't you direct the energy in a positive way instead of in a fearful way? Okay, that is how you override the control issues that you have. Okay, and even for those of you that have a hard time being in control at all, okay, if you have a hard time even trying to be in an authority position, okay, you still find something to be loyal to. Find something that you can be loyal to and continue to be loyal to that. And over time, you're going to be put in an authority position, because that's how life works. Okay, and the same with those who are control freaks. When you get in that control freak energy, okay, and if you have that energy most of the time, you find one thing, start off with one thing that you can be loyal to and give your time to, that's going to help you subside your control issues. Figure out what are you trying to be in control of? Are you trying to be in control of the finances? Okay. If you're trying to be in control of your finances, that's an indication there's a fear around your financial situation. Are you trying to be in control of your children? There's a fear around parenting. Figure out what is it that you're trying to be in control of. And then when you figure out that what, then we're going to get our why. Okay, why do you need to feel the need to be in control of this part of your life? Okay, when we get that why, then we can direct our focus onto something that is going to help us realize that we cannot be in control of that situation all the time, and that we can only really do the best that we can and trust that the results will follow. Okay, so that is for Virgos. And yes, I love you guys. If you guys need me, email me at jazzthetarotgirl@gmail.com. And I love y'all, and have a good day.